Alright, it's time to do the third part of this one, which is going to be the trail that it leaves behind when it goes. So currently, both of these are set to local. So if I was to move the top one around right here, you'll notice that when I move it, nothing gets left behind because it's all based on world. So what we want to do is actually make a trail that when we do move this, we'll see a little trailing piece that comes from it. Alright, we could do two things. We could actually just make a copy of the fireball and then build from there, and or we could start with a new one, and just to get good practice with it here, we'll go ahead and do a new one. So create, do another particle system, and then go ahead and left click and drag the particle system onto the fireball, and then let's rename it. We'll just call this trail. Alright, so the renderer roll out the bottom. We'll take our fireball material and drag it onto the material option for it. Okay, so same idea happening here. We just want to make sure we're setting everything up to be the right elements for it. So let's go to the top up here again, and we'll just stick with our 1 for the duration, looping on that part of it. The pre-warm we leave off, and then when we get down to our start lifetime, so the start lifetime, we actually want this is basically, think about how long the trail is going to be left behind the object, so we'll say 1/4 of a second. When it comes to speed, we're going to say speed 0. We don't actually want to move it, we just simply want it to be left behind when we move the object around. For the start size, let's actually do this one just a bit smaller than what's currently there, so we'll say about a 0.75. I think this was at 1, size was 1, so the trail will be 0.75, which will be a little bit smaller than what we have to start with, and then we'll have it on the curve for the size, trail it down to like a half size of it. Alright, so we have our size there. Let's go ahead and turn off the emission here. There we go. Or actually, let's do our, we'll turn off our shape. Okay, that way we can at least have it without it flickering all over the place. Alright, so if we have this one, we have our, let's make sure we've got all the other parts done. The start rotation, let's go ahead and make same as we've done before for the 2 constants on it. We'll do 0 to 360. And then the start color, we want to do like we've done before. I'll do the eyedropper and grab that orange again. There we go. And then take the alpha again down. We'll go down to about probably about 200. Let's see how that looks. Alright. And then setting on this one though, the space type, this is going to be world because we want to be able to move it around and have the parts being left behind it. Now, because we're doing it this way, one of the things we want to keep in mind is that the emission side of it, we actually want to have quite a bit being left behind. We'll leave it at 10 to start with. If you need more, you can just add more so the trail stays solid. So it just depends on how much you want to leave behind for it. Alright, I'm going to make sure my trail, I just noticed my trail is kind of off to the side. Be sure that you set your trail directly in the center. Alright, so now that we have our trail set, if we go into the other options here, let me see, we have our shapes turned off, we want our velocity over lifetime turned on. The velocity, so this is going to be, let me just kind of show you how this is going to work. If I have my fireball selected and I move it, do you see like right now I already have it trailing behind? Okay, and that's just because that one is set to world and the other one's set to local. And when you move it, you get the piece behind it. Well, we need to start working on the pieces that are being left behind it to make sure that everything works right with it. So let's go back to our trail again. Inside of the velocity over lifetime, I'm just going to click on the drop down and do between 2 constants here. And let's get just a little bit of a motion happening with it. I'm going to do a -1 and a 0.1. And we'll go ahead and set this to world. That way when you do start to move it, you'll actually have that extra velocity going with it. We'll do another negative 0.1 to a 0.1, and this is just creating just a nice minimal movement with it. There we go. So now we're going to have that little extra motion happening through it. Once you have this one set up, the next thing to do is just go down to your color over lifetime. And the color over lifetime, same kind of idea, but we're going to have it solid here and then fade out. So think of it as that tail. When I was moving the tail right here, you have that really hard piece that falls behind it. We want to make that one actually like a gradient fall off. So on the, let's go back to our trail. On the color option here, let's go and place one on the alpha up here. Remember, just left click on it to create one. Let's put it at about, we'll say 40% over here. And then over on the far right, let's take that one right here and take the alpha down to 0. So we're going to have a nice solid tail to this point, and then after that, the rest of the lifespan of it is going to be fading to 0. Okay, so if we take that approach, now if we click on Fireball and we move it around, you see how now, instead of that very last one, almost fades out instantly as it goes away from it. So it's a little bit softer, keeps getting softer, keeps getting a little bit easier to look at through it. Alright, let's go back to our trail again. So we have our color over lifetime. Let's go ahead and go to our size over lifetime. And then when it comes to the size over lifetime, if you click on the particle curve right there, we just want to make it a gradual curve. We don't want to take it to 0, but we'll go ahead and use our hard edge right here. So we'll go from 1 with the hard edge. So remember, I'm just clicking on that one right there. And I'm just going to take it to, we'll say about 0.5. So we're going to go from a big size, so we're going from the full size we have currently, and we're going to take it down to half that size at the end of it. So when again, if I'm moving my fireball around, so notice now when you see that trailing point right there, it's now big and then it falls off to a small piece. Alright, there we go. So the next thing that we want to do, I'm going to go ahead and lower this guy right there. So we have our size over lifetime. The last thing we want to look at, if we have our, let's go down to the right one. Let's go ahead and do our rotation over lifetime as well. So we're just going to rotate with that angular velocity. We'll just do two constants right here. And this one, let's just do a negative 180 to 180. And that way we'll have the same kind of spin and speed happening on the trail as we do have with the fireball, so it feels like it's coming from the same thing when it goes across through there. Alright, so let's go back up to the top here, and on the emission rate, let's actually bump this up to about 30. Let's see how this is going to look with the when it starts to trail behind it. Yeah. So depending on the speed that you're actually going to be trailing behind, it'll also kind of be based on what the expectations are for it going across. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and leave this at 10 for now until we're actually done with all the parts and pieces, and then we'll fine tune everything together to make sure it's all going to work smooth, everything works and looks good together. Alright, so that's going to be the basic element of the trailing part of it. Make sure we turn that back up to 20. Turn the wrong one down. There we go. So we'll take this one back down to 10, and we'll leave it at this point until we're ready to fine-tune everything on it. Alright. So we're gonna add one more piece. It'll be the spark trail. So it'll be the little spark pieces, but it'll be added to the trail as it goes around.